Hello and welcome back to the Lost Artistry Lash channel. Today we have Anna in the studio who's going to be creating this set right here. We are going to walk you through the easy steps on how to create this absolutely beautiful hybrid lash set. There is not a question in my mind that if you start offering this mapping to your clients, you are going to fill those books. First step, pre-service prep. You can't have good retention without always focusing on pre-service prep. Why? Because you're gonna open up the cuticle and cleanse the lashes of any oils, making sure that the glue not only sits on the exterior of the hair shaft, but also connecting right inside. Next up, eye pads. So we train globally all the time, and we find one of the biggest mistakes people make that stand in their way of creating really clean looking lash sets is actually their eye pad placement. If you're placing the pads too far away from the lash line, or if you have too thick of an eye pad, you're gonna really struggle to isolate and place your lashes cleanly. When it comes to eye pads, my personal two suggestions are Lost Artistry's standard gel pads or our Flexi Hold gel pads. Flexi Hold is ideal for those who really need a lot of stickiness. Let's say your pads often move during the service. Flexi Hold's the pads for you. But if you're the kind of artist who likes to move the pads during the service, or you like to pull back lash layers, then I highly recommend our standard gel pads. Have a quick glance at our bottom layer map. So all the numbers that you see, the 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, that's exactly what we're gonna do for the bottom lash layer using these flat lash pre-mates. Quick pro tip. Notice when Anna pulls back all the layers, she's also closing the eyes. Make sure you do not open the eyes when you're using this pull back layered technique. The nice thing about pulling back the lash layers using these eye pads is that it's not going to leave any sticky residue on the lashes, but it will hold them into place. And don't worry, they're easy to remove, so you don't have to worry about pulling all your hard work off when you remove the eye pads. The best part about this technique where we pull back all the layers is that it exposes the bottom lash layer. And this is really important for today's mapping because we want to cover the entire bottom layer with these amazing pre-made fans. These are called Lost Artistry Lash's 3D Flat Lash pre-made fans. They create the darkest, most wispy effect. You cannot create this look with any other product. So if you want to replicate this look, I highly, highly, highly recommend grabbing yourself a tray of these 3D flat lash pre-mates. Since we covered up the lash mapping, here is a quick glimpse of what the mapping looks like. One tip for this map: every length that you see is going to be the longest length used in each section, but we're using a feathering technique. So that means in every section, you're also going to blend in just 2 millimeters shorter than the length you see on the mapping. So if the mapping says 12 millimeters, just blend some 10 millimeters into that section as well. Easy as that. All this does is create extra wispiness across the top lash layer. Another pro tip: by placing your fans of choice on the bottom lash layer, you are going to get the darkest, most covered result. And if you cover the entire bottom layer, it always looks better and more complete to the client. So if you're not focusing on the bottom lash layer, there's definitely improvements to be made. Time to pull off the eye pads to expose all the natural lashes. Now what Anna's doing is sifting through to make sure she didn't miss any bottom layer lashes. Sometimes using the eye pad technique, there might be a few that are hard to reach. So in this case, just get back in there and make sure they're covered before moving on to the top layer. Okay, so at this point, we think that the bottom layer is 100% complete, but we must make sure. That's where our inspection mirror comes in. The inspection mirror's job is to show us, the lash artist, what the set looks like from the client's point of view with the eyes open. We can't hide mistakes here, so it's really important to check your work and make sure everything looks complete and clean. Time to move on to step number 2, fully covering the top lash layer. To make it easier to get to the top layer, we're just sandwiching all the lashes down with a free eye pad and pulling out all the top layer lashes. This almost completely eliminates the need to even isolate using your isolation tweezer for the most part. Here we're going to use 100% flat lashes in 0.15 diameter. Question is, why are we choosing flat lashes over standard classic lashes? The answer is they provide additional darkness, extra texture, and they also weigh 40% less than a standard classic lash, making them ideal for clients who want a little extra drama but don't necessarily want the weight. And just like that, the set is just about done. But first, we gotta check to make sure that there's no lashes out of place. Again, grabbing that magnification mirror and just checking your direction and making sure that there's nothing left to do in order to perfect the set. Today, Anna just had to place a couple additional lashes, which is super common. But now, the set's done. Let's finish with Super Bonder, lock in those fumes, and cure the lashes immediately without shock curing. And finish with the Nano Mister because you know we have to provide a luxury service here at Lost Artistry Lash. And there you have it, set is complete. So usually I work eye to eye, but today we worked one eye at a time just to show how impactful this mapping truly can be. Would love to hear your thoughts on the set in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.